In May 2022, the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR all-in-house coupe sold for a jaw-dropping $142 million at an auction that took place at the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Stuttgart, Germany. The winning bid was made by Simon Kidston, a British car dealer, advisor, and collector, and was placed on behalf of an undisclosed client. The sale surpassed the previous record for the most expensive car that was ever sold at auction by more than $95 million and beat the $70 million mark for a car sold privately. But what makes this car so special for it to have cost so much? Only one way to find out. But before we dive into this video, take a moment to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's dive in. Nearly 7 decades after its introduction, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR all-in-house coupe is a piece of automotive history that remains relevant and sought after even today. It is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful and technologically advanced cars of its era, and as a result, recently became the most expensive vintage car in the world. To many, it may not be surprising that this car sold for that much in an auction due to a combination of factors, including its historical significance, its engineering and design innovations, and its status as a symbol of automotive luxury and performance. The all-in-house coupe is loaded with history and offers a driving experience that is genuinely one of a kind when driven properly. The vehicle was designed primarily for speed and is a thoroughbred racing machine. It is a two-seater in which the driver sits in the middle, and the passenger is in an exposed position at the tail of the car. This racing car, which was developed by Mercedes-Benz in the mid-1950s, was named after Rudolf Uhlenhaut, the head of the company's racing division at the time. Rudolf Uhlenhaut developed the 300 SLR coupe in 1955, pushing the limits of limited technical possibilities at the time. He was the driving force behind the creation of the 300 SL and the W196R Silver Arrows, so he was well aware of the ideal design for the new coupe to maintain Mercedes racing Benz supremacy. Uhlenhaut designed the revolutionary car to be powerful, light, and appealing. Although the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR all-in-house coupe has always been visually stunning, there is a lot more to it than meets the eye. Uhlenhaut intended to design a performer prepared to make a difference in the automobile industry, not just an appealing ride, and of course, he did more than a fantastic job. The coupe is a Formula One inspired and worthy performer and has astounded the public since its debut. It features a closed top to improve the aerodynamics, 306 horsepower, and 233 pound-feet of torque, as well as other similarly impressive specifications. Despite being hurriedly built, the Uhlenhaut is one of the most significant automobiles ever produced and was a very successful cutting-edge racing vehicle. It outperformed the competition thanks to its lightweight design, low center of gravity, and sophisticated aerodynamics. The Uhlenhaut weighed more than 1,800 pounds despite being a small automobile. This was caused by the bodywork's lightweight aluminum alloy. The car's level of innovation was especially impressive for the period, when much motorsports technology was geared towards raw power. For instance, the engine of the Uhlenhaut car was detuned to provide less power but more torque, enabling the tires to grip the road better. The car's competitive provenance and smashing auction outcome further solidify its status in the history of motorsports. Modern car engineering today now employs the innovative construction methods used in the 300 SLR, such as its utilization of lightweight materials and streamlined bodywork. While the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR all-in-house coupe was designed with racing in mind, it remained an admirable prototype and it never hit the track, which was not its fault. Mercedes-Benz enjoyed great success in motorsports and won numerous championships throughout the years. Sadly, this changed in the 1950s due to the horrifying 1955 Le Mans crash. The crash was one of the deadliest accidents in motorsports history, occurring during the 24 hours of the Le Mans race in Le Mans, France on June 11, 1955. The incident resulted in the deaths of 82 spectators and the driver Pierre Levegh, as well as numerous other injuries. The race was being held on the Circuit de la Sarthe, an 8.36-mile track that was known for its high speeds and dangerous turns. During the third lap of the race, Levegh, who was driving an Austin Healey 3000, collided with another car and was sent hurtling into the air. His car then hit a concrete barrier and exploded in a fireball. The impact of the crash caused the engine, transmission, and fuel tank to be hurled into the crowd of spectators, causing a chain reaction of explosions and fires. The disaster was made even worse by the lack of safety measures at the time. The circuit was surrounded by nothing more than a low fence, offering little protection to the spectators. The marshals and medical personnel were also ill-equipped to handle such a disaster, and there were no emergency medical facilities on the circuit. The tragedy at Le Mans had far-reaching consequences. In the immediate aftermath, many of the teams and drivers who had been competing in the race decided to withdraw, and the 24-hour of Le Mans was canceled for the rest of the year. The tragedy also led to a renewed focus on safety in motorsports, and improvements were made to tracks, cars, and emergency procedures. This helped to prevent similar disasters from occurring in the future. In the years following the disaster, the 24-hour of Le Mans has become one of the most famous races in the world, attracting hundreds of thousands of fans from around the globe. The track has been improved and upgraded to meet modern safety standards, and the cars have become faster and more technologically advanced. However, the memory of the 1955 Le Mans disaster lives on. The tragedy highlights the dangers of high-speed racing and the need for proper safety measures to be in place to protect both drivers and spectators. The Circuit de la Sarthe today, though, is one of the safest tracks in the world, and the 24 Hours of Le Mans is widely regarded as one of the most prestigious races in the world. It is a testament to the progress that has been made in motorsport safety. However, following the tragedy at Le Mans, Mercedes-Benz stopped competing in the races until 1989. But the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR All-in-Haute Coupe was not destined for a life of inactivity. The car was driven by All-in-Haute daily, and it reportedly became so famous when he commuted between Stuttgart and Munich in a record-breaking time of 1 hour. Since the vehicle was always regarded as an exceptional achievement in the automotive world, it came as a shock that the company chose to sell one of the two All-in-Haute Coupe models produced. However, everything made sense when the goal was heard. The auction took place because Mercedes wanted to raise money to fund a worldwide scholarship program. Younger generations eager to devise and develop cutting-edge technology will benefit from the proceeds of the auction, just as Rudolf Uhlenhaut did when creating the renowned coupe. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR All-in-Haute Coupe gained classic status over time for a variety of reasons, beginning with its outstanding engineering, performance, and design, which led many to believe the company would never sell it. Nevertheless, the auction demonstrated just how unique the public viewed the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR All-in-Haute Coupe. Out of the two total units, one will now stay on the brand's premises and be on display at the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Stuttgart. The second will remain in private ownership, although the collector agreed to bring it out for public display on certain occasions. The most expensive automobile ever sold at auction before this one was a 1962 Ferrari G50 GTO, which fetched $48.5 million at RM Sotheby's in 2018. Also in 2018, a 1963 Ferrari GTO was privately sold for $70 million. With only two produced, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR All-in-Haute Coupe has already surpassed the Ferrari 250 GTO as the most costly vehicle ever sold. Although it has been predicted Ferrari and Bugatti's classic vehicles will eventually be valued at more than $100 million. In fact, it is believed that Ferrari will almost definitely outsell Benz within the next decade. However, these manufacturers will never hold the record of having reached that milestone first. What do you think about this most expensive car? Is it worthy the price? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've yet to do so. We'll see you in the next video.